Folks, welcome to the 100 before 40 things again. Today we are going to talk about some might call madness, some might call wow, some might call it's just ordinary things. People do that all the time. But today, folks, we are going to talk about the back-to-back Musana Kumsana thing that we did this weekend. I'm not alone, I'm with my partner in crime, Mr. Bryge Wachipa. Bryge, we went on this journey of a back-to-back thing, running the Kaapsehoop Marathon on Saturday the 5th of November. On the 6th of November on Sunday we did the People's Race, the Soweto Marathon. Now let's just talk about this sort of madness. Of course, for us, we're not elite runners, so it is madness. How did we get to where we are now?
Well, first of all, the funny story to tell is that in 2014, you ran Soweto Marathon on the Saturday and I ran Kaapsehoop Marathon on the next day, on the Sunday. And also,
in fact, folks, it was the other way around. Kaapsehoop on the Saturday, Soweto Marathon on the Sunday.
That's why you get paid the big bucks, to remember all the good stuff. But the good part about that story is it was both our first marathons. So you were running your first marathon, I was running my first marathon. Two different races, two different outcomes, 2 minutes apart. The common denominator, 2. So yeah, I mean, madness, we love it, but we're glad to be back doing it, back to where we actually started our races. And it was a great weekend to actually put together this back-to-back because we both did our first races.
Well, folks, you heard the history about it, but the thing that happened now when we had to do this too, we were originally registered for the Kaapsehoop, and on the Sunday, just a week before the Soweto Marathon, we just thought, well, we might as well just try both. I mean, what's difficult with running 2 marathons in one weekend? But boy, we bit more than we could chew. I'll speak for myself. We will tell you all about it. We'll start with Kaapsehoop because that was our first race. Bryge, check it out.
Well, as you can see, guys, I went out, got the medal, got the t-shirt, been there, done that. I think it was a different route from the first time that I actually did it. And like I said, it was my first marathon in 2014. And coming back to this race, I had high expectations. Actually, I did this race a couple of years ago. And my fastest time in marathon running is actually at Kaapsehoop at 3 hours 38. And this time was a different story. They included a new sneaky uphill at the beginning. It's about 7 to 8 Ks. And a lot of people found that tough because they lost a lot of time. We spent a lot of time also producing some content for you guys, and it was really exciting to be out there. And after a while I decided to leave the guys and went out for some decent time. Obviously I have a compulsive behavior of wanting to chase that 4-hour mark, and I failed dismally, but I still had a great race. And I came, obviously the last bit, the last climb got the better of me and the hill won. So I walked a lot of it and lost a lot of time. I don't know, how did you find the race, Farai?
Well, being my first one, I honestly did not know about all this route change. I heard these guys who've done it before saying, there used to be a loop, but it didn't make any difference for me, folks, because by the time I was done, I was like, this is not an easy race. People say, it's flat, it's fast and all. It was not fast for me. I actually had targeted a 420. I ended up doing a 447. That's how bad it is. But as Bryge said, I started in the back and we were playing around a bit and all that. No excuse. I probably would still have not made the time had I gone out I didn't even plan anyway, so I cannot say according to plan. It was just 420. Let's see how it goes. But folks, that doesn't matter because we do have the medals. He's got the t-shirt to show for it. Done that, got the t-shirt. I did not get the t-shirt. Now let's move to the Soweto Marathon. So just for those who don't know, I know most of you guys know anyway. Kaapsehoop is run in Nelspruit, which is about 400 kilometers tops from my place. So we had to drive there on the Friday and then drive back on the Saturday, and obviously the Soweto was the following day. So that's what happened. We finished running Kaapsehoop, jumped into the cars and back. Short nights, we were up again because we had to be at Soweto at the Nasrec Center, the FNB Stadium, for a 5:30 start. I was up at 3:30. So in terms of recovery and all that, being an amateur in the back, our recovery time is not the same as the pros. But it doesn't matter, folks. We lined up, we arrived, we showed up. And yeah, as you know, the people's race is the people's race. there were quite a lot of people. Initially we thought it wasn't that full, there were not many people, but the 42 kilometers people were actually a lot. I was in batch G, we started in batch G at the back there. As usual, we don't go to the front because we don't have business in the front. Anyway, this time around we ran together for most of the first half, not the most of the race, because my tires fell off, and yeah, we ran together for most of the first half, and it was quite enjoyable because we're right in the back, sub 450 bus, nice breathing rate and all that, not struggling at all, but obviously the fatigue would still catch on. I then fell off the bus around 23 kilometers, was it 24, just before you get to Vilakazi Street, and the rest, folks, is history, and I will tell you more about it in the full Soweto Marathon. I'll tell you all about it from the start to the finish, what exactly went wrong, anything that I can improve on for the next one. Well, I don't know if I'm going to do this 2x2 back-to-back thing again. Right now, I'm tempted to say never ever again. But you know, as runners, once I've recovered after 2 days or so, I might then register for both. I speak for myself as usual. I don't know about Bryge, and we'll let him speak for himself.
Right, folks. So again, Soweto Marathon, not my first marathon. Done this before, but really enjoyed it. Went out, got the medal. I also got the T-shirt. Yeah. So we started very slowly at the back with the 450 bus, and I tried to hang on as long as possible, and I finally fell off at around 39k and the 39 kilometer mark, and struggled all the way to the finish line. But it was a really good race. I think it was well organized this time around. There was lots of water. Support along the route was always amazing, always fantastic. Going up Vilakazi Street, it's always just such an emotional part of the race where you just experience a different lifestyle and a different vibe in Soweto. So I absolutely loved it, and I definitely will do it again.
Well, he has committed. I have not committed. I said I'm thinking about it. And folks, thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give me a fat thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so that you get notifications when we post something new. I will see you in the next video.